Okay, so when you and Anna are having sex, what goes through your mind? You know? Do you speak to yourself about something completely different, or do you just concentrate on the sex? You know? Do you actually think about her? What I'm interested in is how much you actually like her, or is it just the sex? You know, because when I was in high school, when I was in university, I admit. It was just the pussy that took me. Because I don't want this documentary to be all about fucking. But, well, it just seems to be turning out that way.
I'm gonna go and try and scam an extension from my lecturer, except like you're supposed to get extensions before you hand in the essay, but one of mine's been 3 weeks late, and then the other one I haven't done it. I'm going to use the line that I've been a bit incompetent and I didn't realise when it was due, and then I'll just go from there and also say I was really busy, and then because he knows my dad. And then pull that string if all else fails. Oh shit. Oh shit. See, he should be in today. Because he said he'd be in every Friday. I'm gonna go and ask where he is. Actually, this will be better if he's not in, because I can just leave a note saying, I tried to find you, you said you'd be in, lay the guilt on him.
He's not in his office?
No.
Can I help you in any way?
No, all I want is an extension.
I'd suggest the best thing to do is leave a note.
Just leave a note,
Pop it in his box. It's Friday afternoon. It's unlikely we'll find him before the weekend and do that.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Dear Rod, I think I'd like to apply for an extension. I'm hopelessly confused about the dates that the government honours essays are due. I handed one in on Tuesday about sub-Saharan Africa after realising that it was probably due in a few weeks ago. My other essay, which is on the Petrov affair, I think is due today, and so I'll hand it in today. I just hope I haven't got the 2 dates around the wrong way. I'll try and talk to you next week. Regards, Charles. You see, so it's sort of convoluted without being entirely dishonest. Oh my god, there's a whole lot of essays in there. Oh. Actually, no, I'll probably, I think I might hand it into his pigeonhole then.
Right, now, if you go to the faculty,
Can I give that to Rod Tiffin? Put that in Rod Tiffin's pigeonhole? Thanks.
Life is not a series of gig lamps, symmetrically arranged. Life is a luminous halo, a semi-transparent envelope surrounding us from the beginning of consciousness to the end. Look within, and life, it seems, is very far from being like this. Examine for a moment an ordinary mind on an ordinary day. The mind receives a myriad impressions, trivial, fantastic, evanescent, or engraved with the sharpness of steel. From all sides they come, an incessant shower of innumerable atoms, and as they fall, as they shape themselves into the life of Monday or Tuesday, the accent falls differently from of old.
It's the middle of the year at Sydney University, the beginning of second semester. With end-of-year exams still 6 months away, there's plenty of time for serious work later. Right now, it's showtime.
Gladiators ping pong.
That could be the Olympics. Exactly. The Olympics too. You can have like lawn bowls and gladiators. Olympic lawn bowls.
And I've got two names. You have the indoor, because this is a joke that I had with Ben. You have the indoor gladiators competition, and you have the names of the people are erector and penetrator, and the women are called vulva and labia. And then you get nudity as well.
I like it. You actually get sex if you do that.
If we actually get a few different groups working on it.
Today, the Arts Society are meeting. They're a group who seem especially active on campus. They're either busy editing newspapers, running uni politics, or heavily into theatre or comedy stand-up. This year, they're mounting the Arts Faculty's annual review, opening at the Footbridge Theatre in 10 weeks.
And like, really sort of coarse things like being kids are really easy for reviews. Really fine things, really subtle sort of distinctions of character and so on, just you can't do it at reviews.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, you know.
I very much doubt we're going to come up with subtle and complex things here.
But you'd be surprised at how difficult some of the sort of setups that you might think of when you're doing a review sketch actually are to dramatize, you know, to perform. And I think things like Kids and Gladiators are so easy to just make people do.
And farting.
And farting. I mean, yeah.
Therefore, the farts.
My little brother's friend can put his fist in his mouth and kneel down on the ground and fart continuously. Maybe we could get him to come along.
That's the whole second act. That's so cool.
And his name is Jamie Philp, so I mean, that's better.
We don't want to be compromising in our artistic endeavours.
That's beautiful. I reckon that should be a slogan. Compromising in our artistic endeavours.
No, but like.
Oh, that should be the slogan. Compromise.
Up here. Now this is my green room. I painted it green because that's where you go before you go onto a TV show. And in many ways, my life is just one big green room.
Charles is doing second-year political science. Last year, he was one of the 8 editors of Honi Soit, the student newspaper, suspended for political opportunism.
Apologise, but just here is some of the memorabilia of my year on Honi. This is the Nick Purtell poster, which we published in an edition of Honi. We ran him for union last year, and we published in an edition of Honi just before the union elections. And it was a complete flagrant abuse of our power. We held a rally to save the Honi ad and advertised it through Honi Soit, which was what they were objecting to, us running advertisements. So we would always put advertisement on everything. And it was like support outrageous rorts, and we went round the university, you know, chanting, "What do we want? Gradual change. When do we want it? In due course," and all this sort of stuff. And we called it the Fashionable Day of Action, and that was very successful. I got a double bed, in the hope that one day. Except it's entirely like I do go on about not ever having had a girlfriend, and it's true, I haven't. But also, like, it is incredibly my fault at the same time. Like, it's not as if, like, I've been hard as it is to believe, it's not as if I've not had offers or things like that. It's just, whenever anybody likes me, I tend to run away. It's my problem.
Why do you do that?
Because they like me, you know. Why would they must have incredibly bad taste. No, but I mean I assume that's the reason. But I just completely run away.
Spilling.
Oh, fucking hell.
Go on. Pressure's on.
You get it to flame properly though. Oh wow, that was stunning.
That was smooth, actually. I'm quite impressed.
Yeah. Actually, what you are supposed to do is go like this.
Who came up with that idea of... Yes.
Breathe.
Well, should I get another round?
Yes.
Might as well. Like, if we're this drunk this early, we might as well
Keep going.
Completely slam.
Charles's eye has been caught by Anna, a first-year philosophy student. Given his comparative inexperience, I'm a bit worried he's bitten off more than he can chew. So things going all right then, Charles?
The Zambucas are going very well. These Zambucas.
Maybe 6 months, $11.
$11. Cool.
Get discounted.
Yeah. That's all. Yeah. At this stage, that I'd like to say. Obviously, I'll get back to you if anything further happens.
I don't think he's in love with me. I think he likes me in the same way that I like him, but like as friends. And I think, I'm sure that if his situation was different, he'd be quite willing to kind of go along and make it something sort of more romantic or at least more sexual or whatever. But I think he also accepts that is probably not going to happen. Yeah, I think he's arrogant. I mean, I don't dislike him because of his arrogance, but I definitely think he's arrogant. And just quite sort of self-absorbed as well. Well, not really. It's not that bad a thing. It's something that I find quite amazing that he can still find himself so interesting after 20 years. I find quite amazing. But it's not something that I hate necessarily. I just think it's interesting that, it's just whenever you get Charles drunk, one of the first things you talk about is what great people we all are and how we have such an amazing collection of talent amongst our group of friends, and blah blah blah. He's just always talking about himself rather than there are whole ranges of other things in the world that one can talk about.
Yes, that's my mum, and they're my two aunts, and that was photographed when my mum got her PhD, and they were the first three sisters who all got a PhD in Australia. The Arts Review this year has the potential to be absolutely brilliant. There's a lot of work involved and everything, but we have enough talented people to make it one of the best reviews that's been seen, in Australia. It could be a renaissance of culture, and a real sort of opportunity like at Melbourne University with the Degeneration, or at Cambridge or Oxford with, I think, there is that potential there.
Charles has made himself director of the review and appointed Anna executive producer. The cast have all gone to a beach house for a weekend of brainstorming. All they have to do now is come up with something funny.
This girl behind the bar says, "Oh, you're the orgasm girl!" What? Really? She said the girl who did the orgasm in the arts review. My God! So, people still remember the orgasm.
And we did the Hallelujah chorus to Cunnilingus.
Oh, cool!
Okay, so, attention ladies and gentlemen. And then
we'll just welcome to a performance that will astound you, scandalise you, confuse you, and almost certainly embarrass you.
Sholto!
Mike! That's so true.
Mike!
Isn't that
Okay,
so true?
but the idea was something about, there's a married couple and they're just about to go to bed or something, or they're getting to bed, and the phones ring and there's a phone on either side, and there's going to be interspersed sort of dialogue so that once, they're both cheating on each other sort of thing.
Through the tiresome work of 12 scriptwriters, 31 professional actors, 48 executive producers, 430 lighting riggers and over 12,000 pre-Socratic philosophers, we bring you a performance of such unparalleled mediocrity that you simply will not know when to laugh.
The sort of the male is just saying all this, actually it'd probably be the female first saying all this nice romantic stuff, right? And then the guy says exactly the same thing but in guy speak, right?
You may be shocked by what you see. You may be made angry. You may be moved to tears.
Because then if we can make it so that it's not just... Because often those sorts of scenes, and possibly because they're often written by guys, degenerate into women saying all this soppy stuff and sounding stupid, and the men sounding cool by guys.
Or do you think possibly that we should reverse it?
Because tonight is the night of the man who can wet other people's pants. A man who stands taller and more stably than 20 small tangy grapefruits, balanced one on top of the other, and then gently pushed. A man who can change a light globe with his bottom. A man who makes Arnold Schwarzenegger look like a scrawny little Asian. This man is to Australia what the Commodore Amiga is to personal computing.
Wouldn't it be much more relevant if they weren't married? They were like university lovers or whatever.
Where's the comic premise in that?
Yeah, seriously, have a guy and a girl in a lecture or something.
In a lecture?
Just sort of.
Who is this man?
You cannot put.
His name sends shivers down the aortas of jellyfish.
They're yuppies,
She's driving to uni or something.
Because this is like a
I
business.
just want to know, do you love me? Yeah. I mean, no, are you in love with me?
No, can I just say, I still don't see where I'm going to laugh.
You're going to laugh at the whole bloody thing. You're going to go, well, look, they're in bed. They're in...
You're out.
You cannot write a scrawny little Asian. You cannot.
Yeah, true, we cannot write it, but we can say it on the night.
No, you can't.
That's the funniest outrage. He will outrage people.
Yeah.
And besides, he's an all-white sort of guy. That's the point. It's making a Syrian political point.
Oh yeah.
He is. Well, okay, it's not Syrian. It's making it very weak.
Who is the play about? Why is it called Pygmalion? I mean, what is the implication of calling it Pygmalion? What is it that Shaw is actually doing? Is he serious, I guess is the question.
I mean, it is a serious social analysis. I mean, they are so silly that they consider maybe their own destruction their own entertainment. You know, another blitz tomorrow night because they haven't anything else to do with themselves. I mean, they're really a group without any kind of purpose, are they? I mean, they have no teleology, no direction in their lives.
I think it'd be kind of disappointing if we finish this world and it turns out to be the end of the game. I'm sure it won't, though. I just keep dying. It's terrible. So I should really have followed the directions.
Why are you on this level?
All because the ship flew away.
I actually lied. I haven't done this level.
You wretch. I have.
What's this class about you're going to now?
Right, well this is Derrida. This deconstructionist guy, very difficult. Deliberately, on purpose, extremely difficult stuff that he wrote. I reckon
Charles's co-writer, Andrew, was the star of last year's review. He's one of only 4 students selected this year to do honours in Australian literature.
But isn't Derrida like the joke of the university? And every time anyone talks about anything complicated or postmodern, they will talk about Derrida.
They do, yeah, because you can't understand him, and nobody can understand him, and the academics can't understand. Like David and Don, who take our class, freely admits they can't understand him. Because it's so hard, it's got to be good, you know. But because it's only good if you've done the reading and tried to think about it a bit in advance. Whereas today I haven't. I've done none of the reading. I was meant to have read the second half of the book, and I just haven't had time to. So I'll fumble along on what I've read in the first half of the book, I think, and see if that impresses them.
In doing what he does, he's talking about a certain form of poetics, that's how it seems to me, but doesn't embody it or enact it poetically. So a lot of the ideas, because they're sort of quasi-scientific and the methodology is so precise, I haven't been able to grab it.
I'd be profoundly disturbed if you were following it all the way through. I wonder what we've been doing because it would be unrepeatable.
Isn't it building up towards an undercutting of any sense of building up towards anything. So that sort of way.
Each chapter seems to end with something else suddenly thrust in at the last minute.
Well, it's very open, isn't it?
There's a sense in which you don't really understand deconstruction until you've seen what the way Derrida and others as well, the way they work at an argument, the way they work at a subject or a text or a subject text.
Andrew's just 6 months from graduation, and he's got a 10,000-word thesis hanging over him. If all goes well, next year he'll go on to do a PhD. Meanwhile, he somehow finds time to write his own music.
I was sort of paralysed with fear a few days ago when I realised that I'll be 22 soon, and I will have achieved nothing particularly great. And so I think, oh God, what am I going to do in the meantime? But then again, here's my excuse again, that I'm spending this time studying so that I can learn stuff first.
Are you learning stuff?
Yeah, I think so. All literature, because that's what I love doing. What
do you learn from literature?
Well, it seems to me, you learn mostly, I think, just ways that people are, and and that's what it's about for me. It's about what people are and what they do, and what they do to each other. I used to try and write funny stuff when I was about 11 and 12, and I've sort of been doing it on and off ever since. But what I really want to do is write serious stuff. But as for that,
Dr. Brown, take a seat.
Oh, there are still seats in this office. Well, that'll have to change.
So, you're interested in becoming Vice-Chancellor at the University of Sydney?
Yes.
Now, your resume refers to time spent at the University of Parramatta. I wasn't aware there was a university in Parramatta.
That's because I got rid of it.
Excellent.
Oh, that was a pissingly funny one.
And you perceive a similar future for the University of Sydney. What do you have in mind?
The first thing we do, we convert the Tin Sheds Art Gallery into a casino and get the punters in.
Excellent.
After we turn the Medicine Building into a quaint old-world-style brothel, we join up numbers 1 and 2 ovals and put a golf course on it for all those full fee-paying overseas students to play on. As for the main quadrangle, bulldoze it, build a film studio. Then we convert the Cumberland campus into Sydney's second airport.
Yes, truly despicable.
Yeah, also, now, I reckon all that paraphernalia down in the physics building, that could be better used as a nuclear reactor. This, in turn, would power a giant pornographic cinema screen beamed up against the side of that big black building, the one with the books in it.
The library.
Yeah. And as a final step, we convert St Andrew's College into a nightclub called Spanky.
I think that's already been done. Anyway, that wraps it up. Thank you very much for your time, Dr. Dr. Brown.
Thank you.
Shall we go and shoot up some heroin?
Oh, I don't mind if I do. Roaringly funny. Roaringly funny.
So, Charles, what's happening with Anna at the moment?
We're getting along very well. and I wouldn't say it's entirely out of the realms of possibility that something more might happen. Anna's someone who doesn't play games. Like, she's not someone who would... I don't think she'd be someone who would sort of kiss you and then not talk to you for a week or something like that. Like, I think if we do get together, it'll be actually quite easy to get together. I have a feeling that she's someone who you could just sort of be having a discussion with, conversation with. And, I don't know, like... See, this is the terrible thing. Like, I'm not someone who's confident enough to just go up and kiss Anna or something like that. Hopefully what will happen is she will do all the work. That's what I'm aiming for.
Space seems to somehow have a deep, passive immobility about it. It's the same yesterday, today, and forever. It is unwearied. So the phenomenology of space consists in teasing out and giving expression to our common experiences, which go into our understanding of the space in which we find ourselves situated.
If the worst comes to the worst, you can just hand in the disc. That's not a bad idea.
What you're actually saying is that you're not quite sure how to fix this printer, isn't it?
Not at all. It's going to be done.
Yeah, but it's going to be done in like 2 minutes.
Oh, here we go. Beautiful. That's right.
Is that right?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
I'll stay calm. I won't not be
I
calm
think
until
be ready to just run.
Yeah.
There you
Can't
go.
afford to lose any more marks. Like, imagine that. If I finally get it, so I only get 8% taken off, and then I can't fucking get it to the office in time.
It takes surprisingly long to walk over. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 5:57 or something now. Like, I'd actually hurry. Huh? Yeah.
That one?
Yep.
Which one is it? Are you sure it's this one? I think it's the upstairs one. Better not be this one. No, it's not that one. Thursday, 9 till 6. What day is it today? Wednesday. 9 till 5. I'm really annoying.
I still reckon you should put it under the door. Say,
Maybe if I get that guy and tell him to put it in.
yeah, the pigeonhole. Yeah, do that.
But it's not even labelled. It doesn't have a cover sheet.
No, that's a problem.
Oh well.
Or if you just, well, it's 2 marks.
There's 2 marks that I needed.
No, I reckon your most convincing thing is, I thought it would be open till 6. Like, actually, let's tell the truth. God, I didn't do much today. But I enjoyed myself, it doesn't matter. Get it all done tomorrow.
Alright, let's go somewhere nice and down.
Okay, cool.
Where do you want to go?
I'll tell you. And I've got an idea. Like, it's going to be really nice.
And then we walk for 8. So we go walk, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready to begin again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I'll get. I've missed too much. I'll get someone else to teach me to catch up, and then I'll come to
No, you can do it.
The Arts Review opening night is now just a month away. They desperately need more rehearsal, but Charles has his work cut out keeping his unpaid cast motivated.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Where are we going?
Yeah. And then we do. Oh, that's right. So we'll go through it again really slowly.
3 girls have just arrived. One's in Escudo
some
Yeah.
sort? Do they just hang around?
Yeah, if they can hang around, that'd be good, because we actually need them. Is that Nerida and Jennifer? Yeah, they're needed for the tampons.
Yeah, for about the next hour, maybe. Even just watch, laugh, see what you think. Be the supportive alibis. Yeah, you're great, everybody. Or go through downstairs. Dancing is on later.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's see. Let's go.
What are you looking at, dick face? Just stay off then.
And Nerida and Jennifer.
No, you told them to come back now, so they've actually gone.
I didn't.
Somebody told them to come back. Well, no, they'll be here in half an hour. Because they just went to get coffee.
All right, so we can't run through that now.
No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Can you
Sorry, I forgot they're gone. Somebody told them that they would be needed for an hour.
told them? Like I am the only person who should be able to tell people to leave. Like that. I know, it's not you. I'm just getting fucking annoyed at people. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, he's just outside.
Yeah, actually, I think it'll go pretty well. Yeah. I mean, but like, I just went down there for about half an hour, and every skill I heard, they were going, "Oh, that's so funny" and stuff, and I was thinking, yeah, it's quite funny, yeah, but.
Just a good technique, like if you're interested at all, is actually to rub the chalk in like that. It keeps it on the ground. Yeah.
You have many skills, I reckon. Chalking is one of them.
I've got much chalking experience now.
Andrew has just discovered a little-known university essay competition. The subject, should we abolish the Australian states, happens to be right up Charles's alley. Even though he has his hands full with the review, Charles can't resist the chance of a big cash prize. They decide to take time off to write an entry together. The only snag is they've hardly any time to get it written. The deadline for submissions is tomorrow.
So, what's the plan?
It's a gigantic rort in which we're trying to win a huge amount of money through intellectual sophistry, just by borrowing these books and pretending we've read them.
But you've got 24 hours to write this essay. You can't possibly read those books in 24 hours and write an essay.
That's correct. We're not going to be able to read the books, but we're going to write the essay anyway.
So what do you want the books for?
We've got to write them in the bibliography to make it appear as though we've read them. Shh, tell them. Oh. No, but this is the scheme. This is the scheme.
No, but that's what everybody does with these things.
It's a standard student thing. You just open the book to a random page, because books have good stuff in them. You find a quote on the page, and you go, okay, I'll write a paragraph on that. You pull it out as though you thought of the paragraph first, and then found the quote. In fact, you did it the other way. Oh my God. Sorry. This is divine retribution.
How much money is at stake here?
The prize, if you win. The prize is we're going to win $6,250 and a medal. The problem is we've gone to these shelves, and some of the books we've specifically looked up have been borrowed already, so we think other people may have entered the same competition. We were kind of counting on us being the only entrants.
You don't like the Two Stooges?
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
What's the time?
9:30.
9:30? Do you realise what time I got to sleep?
What time?
6:30.
How come?
Because I was writing this fucking essay.
Finished?
Yeah.
So what's your chosen nom de plume?
We're going to submit it under the name Susan Tsang.
Who's that?
I don't know. But it doesn't sound like us. It doesn't sound like sort of middle-class Anglo-Saxon boys have written it. And so, it should hopefully increase our chances of winning. Actually, it will make no difference, but it's just funny.
It won't make any difference. Because they know that they're non-plumes. And anyway, like, it's just... Did you put in more footnotes?
More? No. I think you got about the right number. I reckon 8 footnotes for 3,000 words is a perfect ratio.
Okay.
But at least it would, I suppose it
would
be for an English essay anyway.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about this. We actually have to have facts, I suppose, in this, don't we?
God, it would be amazing. Best thing. Except I probably shouldn't tell you.
Yes, you should. Go on.
We're going to submit it. Because you've got to submit it under a nom de plume. So we're going to submit it. Except this is incredibly dodgy. We're going to submit it under the name. Well, some name which sort of which gives the wrong impression about our background. Like,
maybe you shouldn't tell me.
Yeah.
Like Charlie the black fella, for example.
No, not at all. No. Something along the lines of Susan saying or something.
Susan what?
Saying or something like that.
That's quite... I don't think you should do that. What it is this two middle-class white boys who already have a fairly fucking easy life, taking, like...
Well, what? So
trying to
you're saying it would matter? So it would matter? Well, what do you want us to submit it under? Privileged shit?
No.
I mean, it's hardly the most sort of morally upstanding scheme anyway.
It's opening night and there's nowhere to run. Just hours before curtain up, Charles has thrown out nearly everything we saw rehearsed and gone back to comedy basics.
I will help you. I'll dress you. That's fine.
The review, now strangely titled Psychow Phantom of the Abattoir, is to be hosted by Andrew, dressed as a cow.
We all here tonight. We're having fun and everyone's come because we got the arch view. It's the arch view. Yeah, it's the arch view. Well, it's the arch view. Say hello to me and
I have absolute confidence that the show tonight is going to be the best opening show in memory, and it's going to be a memorable show. People are actually going to fucking talk about this show for years. Okay, so confidence, smile, and break a leg.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, boys and girls. Oh, at least this is George and Melanie. They've been replacing Julian and Christopher, who picked up the harbour bridge during rehearsal and had their legs blown off. In any case, what we get to first, let me say, is this. Let's start again. Bet that's just what you expected, isn't it? You humans, it's always you men who heckle, isn't it? It's never the women, hardly ever the women. So bloody full of testosterone, you can't bear that there should be somebody up on stage being watched Who isn't you? Well, how about you put your big pink prick back in its holster, buddy, and listen to somebody else for a change. Okay.
And in the main stadium, the competitors are taking their positions in the final of the freestyle Princess Diana impersonation event. They move up, they're on their marks, they're set, and they're off as they approach the first stand, which of course is the eating disorder. The eating disorder. The Australian in lane 1, the British in lane 2, the Greek in lane 3, and the Russian in lane 4. The food's going down, it's going up into the bucket fairly smoothly. Roll the Russian having a bit of trouble, and the English girl moves on to stage 2, which is to have sex with a major sporting personality. The Australian girl also in there quickly, as is the Greek girl. The Russian girl still stopped at stage 1. The Australian girl getting very carried away there in stage 2, perhaps not as quickly as she should, as they move on to stage 3, where they have to stuff 30 million pounds down their shirt. 30 million pounds, and the Russian girl is still at stage 1. The Australian getting much too carried away at stage 2 there. And now the English girl moves up to the final stage. The desperate cry for help. With that, she throws herself down the stairs, and it's gold, gold, gold for Britain.
Selling cheap sex near to the mountainside. The shepherd had to rub her shepherd had to rub her breast and stroke her twat. And afterward lay, and afterward lay the nun were denied. Up and down, they go, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, they go, up and down, up and down, they go. In her moist hollow, I like the sheep. She even learned to swallow. She even learned to swallow, to swallow. She even learned to swallow.
Banding lights and music go.
Well, he diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Yes, he diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon.
Like, you're absolutely fine.
About going on.
Yeah, like for Rebecca explains.
Yeah.
Excellent, cool.
I'll just do it, and as I said, if it fails, it fails. If
If
it doesn't.
Unreal. I don't think it will fail. Like, Sam didn't fail.
Should I go for the
and who was
engineers and the law
Yes,
students?
yes, I think you should.
Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time for some audience interaction in this review. I've noticed there hasn't been any thus far, so let's do that. What I need you to do for me is we're going to perform a movie theme, which is the Mission Impossible theme. Now, basically what I need is all the engineers, if you could basically say drum, because it's quite easy. So all you need to do is, in tune to Mission Impossible, sing drum, 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 drum. And all the law students, if you could please sing at the same time as the engineers. Bass, 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 bass.
I just don't know how it's going to go. Because tonight's audience is just ready to bag the shit out of us no matter what we do and say. Like sketches that I think are pretty good are getting dumped on. And I think, as I said, you know, they're just going to dump whatever we do. And I mean, James and I being out there on our own with microphones, we're actually, you know, living targets.
We're going to need a volunteer from the audience, if that would be at all possible. Oh, come on down! And that's flighting team number 53!
Flighting team number 53 has beaten us to us already. Drop your dax, that's...
Maybe that's not flighting team 53!
And that's 54.
Just out of curiosity, you wouldn't happen to be an engineer?
And ask Laura. Of the three people, they'd probably most likely know where it is. Anybody else?
There's not enough energy.
And then they like visibly rewound it on screen.
It works. It works fine. Oh, really? Now, energy. Are people decent? It's so flat at the moment. It's so lacking in energy, and I know that's because of the audience. But that, yeah, that was good. That was excellent. That was excellent tonight. But like, it's so lacking in energy. You've got to sort of pump it up.
Hey, this is a song that I wrote with the director of the show, Charles Firth, because we had to do a bit of political satire, and we found somebody told us that John Howard's middle name was Winston, and fuck knows if it is, but we wrote this song called The Love Song of J. Winston Howard. It goes like this. Not really. I sit on the shore and I dream of my man and all of the good things he's doing. 'Cause my man has a definite plan and he's saving Australia from ruin. People ask me about the smile on my face. They wonder why I feel so fine. Have you fallen in love from heaven above? Is that why you sparkle and shine? And I say to them, you've been led astray. I ain't happy from none of these things that you say. It's 'cause I've been golden showered by Johnny Winston.
I battle on against the odds to make more gods of columns than Kate Fisher does. In New Idea and TV Week, in constant competition with those other freaks. Sex with aliens, Danny speaks. It's a shit. Dealing with sibling rivalry. I'm always the sister of Kylie. Sure she can't sing, nor can she act, but her difference is she's glad as a tack.
An action-packed session expected, and we've got Glenn McGrath moving into bowl now to Mike Atherton. The bowler is Glenn McGrath. Big shout, big shout! No, not out according to the men on the leg side field. There seems to be a bit of a disturbance. There seems to be someone's coming onto the field. It looks as though, oh no, this is outrageous. It seems a cricketer has made his way onto the field. He's made his way onto the field and is hassling, oh, this has really ruined a good day streaking for everyone. It looks as though a couple of members of the SCG Trust are coming on to escort him off. That's really unacceptable behaviour on behalf of the cricketer. Oh, I hope that hasn't ruined it for everyone. That really is bad. We move back now. McGrath coming in again to bowl to Mike Atherton. Got an edge! Got an edge! Yes, he's gone! He's gone! Australia, what a breakthrough!
Show us your clothes!
Down your pants, yeah, down your pants. Down your pants, yeah, down your pants. I feel in love like me. I feel love like we need to enhance. I'm proud of this love you. Come on the outside, down your pants. Down your pants, yeah, down your pants. Down your pants, yeah, down your pants.
The answer, my friend, is growing in your pants. The answer is growing in your pants.
The 1996 Arts Faculty Review ran for 4 nights to an audience of friends, family and grudgingly appreciative engineering students. Though Charles's ambitious plans for a national tour, CD and TV pilot never materialised, box office was fine. Nobody was taken to the cleaners. Charles was already plotting his next crazy scheme to get his friend Sholto into student politics. Next week we ask, could this man really be the next president of Sydney's Student Council? But first, what, I hear you say, ever happened to Susan Tsang?
Tsang was my number one. I've noted judicious, thoughtful, well-informed and an essay in the sense of discursive, informative, runs an argument, but not just a debate. You know, it had the excursus as well as the argument. I thought it was well written.
Yeah, this to me creates a problem because I say almost exactly the same thing and I find that it's false. I think it's a ramble rather than a well-constructed essay. Well-written, good research, some good critical analysis of how federalism works in practice on the way through, but to my mind a fairly rambling, discursive, repetitive piece of work, and so I put it quite low down on my ranking.